Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. In this video, I want to talk about why I keep going heavy and why it's working. and one of the things that I've been doing is setting my expectations lower, and not in sort of a negative sense, but setting my expectations in a way that I'll be able to accomplish them in every single workout, and then if I go above it, then that's great. So for things like snatches and clean and jerks, my goal each day is to snatch 80 kilos and to clean and jerk 100 kilos. Sorry, my phone just dinged. But when I'm going to those numbers, it's with the mindset that if I do them perfect, I can move up. If I do 90 kilos perfect, then I can go to 100. If 100 feels easy and like the technique is good, the mechanics are good, then I can go up. And I kind of treat it that way. So it's more of like not just how I feel physically, but also how the actual mechanics of the motions are going and if they're moving well. And so most of the days they have been feeling pretty good, with the exception of my left arm just kind of buckling. Not really buckling, it just like gets pushed down. It's just weak, and it's something I'm trying to work on a lot. But and I think this 91 kilos here might be a PR in the muscle snatch. I'm not sure. Definitely it's pretty close to it, and you can see after I got a little woozy from it because I still get dizzy on some of the like grindier sets on the muscle snatches. But did a lot of doubles in the snatch, and I'm really trying to push those up. So that's another thing I'm trying to do, is trying to do pretty much the same kind of rep scheme each day. So like I'm doing a lot of doubles as I'm working up, and for a lot of the snatches they've been doubles to 100, not double 100, and then do singles at 110 and 120, maybe 125, or like on the days where I hit a PR, go up to there. The For clean jerks, it's more singles because they're more strenuous. But what I'm finding works well with snatches is just to do what I have been doing, power plus full, and just to continue to hammer those then. And like if a day like yesterday where I am not planning on going super heavy on either one of the lifts, then I can try to push the powers up a little bit. But just try to be consistent each day. So even if I get past the 80 kilos or get to past 100 or whatever, and I miss some of the heavier weights, I'm not getting mad at myself because I'm not hitting some supposed important number on a particular day when I've done the important work of the 80 and 100 kilos. And they're arbitrary numbers, but they're numbers that I picked because there's 80 and 100 is essentially numbers I could go walk into the gym with the bar loaded and power both of them without any hesitation, any thought, any warm up, and be completely fine. So that's kind of the reason I picked those numbers in particular. For the strength numbers, I haven't really changed anything with how I approach those. I do a pretty good job of approaching the strength lifts, but I've been really happy as well with my accessory movements. Less so with like snatch balances. I planned on doing those more, but I hate them, so I don't really want to do them. I rather do some snatch grip push press, which I think I'll be able to work harder at. But the behind the neck jerks, I'm really glad I've been adding those in. And that was kind of a hard rep, but it was pretty good, especially because I doubled the 120 before. But I wanted to add those behind the neck jerks in just to really build my tolerance to holding heavier weights above my head. So it's a good technical movement, but it's also really good to just get good at holding the heavy weights above your head, and it makes jerks feel a lot easier. When I was doing the 155 kilo attempts on the clean and jerks that you'll see here in a little bit, like a minute or so, they felt really light on my chest, so I felt really confident with the attempts, and I just pushed them both a little bit forward. I was probably like 2 or 3 kilos off from what I was able to do on this particular day, but I was really surprised when I did the clean. One, that the clean was easy as it was, but that the weight on me wasn't pressing me down in this way that the weight had done in the past. So I definitely know the behind the neck jerks are building my kind of like nervous system tolerance. I don't really know exactly, but just kind of like my body's tolerance to the weight, so it doesn't feel overwhelmingly heavy on that. And then when I get to like 141 kilos, like it just feels super easy. So feel confident, and I think this 155 will be there pretty soon, and I'll be able to start taking some cracks at PRs, I don't know, in a couple weeks or so, as long as this 155 starts going. And if I had more space to walk it out, might have been able to, but it's not good practice to run weights around the gym. And if you have a rack in front of you, then you really can't, so you don't have to worry about that. But this was my last attempt for clean and jerks, and you'll see I'm pushing up some of the accessories, and I take pretty big jumps with some of the accessory work, and really a lot of my work in general. I try to be consistent with the jumps that I take, and do the same exercises and the same weights and the same jumps in multiple days, because one of the aspects of training is obviously to get stronger and to develop strength, but also it's important to develop consistency. So there's several ways to progress in the way that you train. Obviously, if you increase the weight or the volume and reps and things like that, but also if you're able to repeat the same workout multiple times in the same week, like if I'm able to get to 125 kilos snatch multiple times in a week, then that is showing that I'm making progress in my strength, because I'm able to go up to the same numbers and not die, and not either make them or miss them, but I'm able to attempt them and then continually attempt them during the week without it being like I'm trying to call down supernatural powers to allow me to do it. I'm just getting a little hyped up and doing the weight. So definitely where it is with that. But that's a commentary for this video. I'm out of clips here, so I'll end this here so there's not too much of a black screen. Hopefully you got a little insight about why you keep seeing some heavy lifts, and hopefully you have a good one. Peace.